Okay, so this is day 2. I've just got up. It's a Saturday, so not a work day. Few chores to do. I'm going to really try and stay away from the work today. So you know, that's a kind of always a real challenge when you own a small business. So easy just to open a laptop and get on with stuff. There's always stuff you can catch up on, and stuff you ought to be doing, or stuff that you want to do. So you know, kind of cutting some time out for yourself, for your family, for your home. I find that a really important thing to do. And kind of Saturdays, I do work on Saturdays on occasions, but you know, kind of the thing I try and do is you know, make sure the weekends get some space, and not do work stuff really as much as I can. So I've been looking at this vlogging thing. You know, this is day 2. This is early days in terms of trying this out, and this whole month of vlogging. It strikes me, you know, having yesterday and this morning even had a look at a few of these kind of big vloggers on YouTube. There's a major problem here. You know, they're predominantly young and beautiful. And you know, this vlog is far from that, I think. So yeah, no, we'll just see how it goes really. And I guess one of the interesting things that you look at the whole vlogging thing is that they talk about having a unique thing. You know, a vlogger needs to have their own thing, and they all vary, you know, kind of different things, where it's wearing sunglasses, or you know, all sorts of things seem to crop up. But you know, it needs a uniqueness, I guess. So I've been thinking, okay, what's that uniqueness that I can bring in this month to this sort of vlog project, and we can have a bit of fun with. So I thought, actually, you know, one interesting thing might be for you guys to trace my blood sugar levels, because I'm diabetic, and I have this rather clever patch on the back of my arm that will change arms tomorrow. Actually, you have it on for 2 weeks, and then I've got this kind of little reader. So you just kind of switch it on, you put it near the patch, and then it's 6.3 is my, I don't know if you can see that, 6.3 is my my reading right now. So I've had some breakfast, and I've just had an omelette, no carbs, and actually I've not taken my meds. That's just made me realise I've not taken my meds for breakfast. So I need to do that. I need to go and do that. But 6.3 is pretty good. That's all right. That's a completely acceptable blood sugar level. But that won't be acceptable in a short while's time if I don't go and get my pills. So I'm going to go and do that. Grab one of those, and then maybe catch you. I'm not going to do a whole lot of vlogging over the weekend, because it's me saying I want to stay away from work. But you know, this is a project for a month, and it's a bit of fun. It's not too much problem. Just sort of switching the camera on and kind of observing what we do. So yeah, I'm going to cut now, and maybe catch you later on. Bit of a Father's Day present going on. So I was talking earlier about not working at the weekends and sort of having some time off, and it reminded me actually of an occasion I was out with one of our colleagues, a lady called Alison Smith. Actually, she's our sort of de facto trainer in Scotland, and I was working on her several years ago, quite a lot of years ago, on a particular job, Chesterfield, I think, the place with the wobbly spire. And we sat one evening having worked during the day, and we got, you know, continued the job in the morning, and we were sitting and chatting, and I had mentioned that we were going to get an extra member of staff joining the team, and I kind of just lightly said, you know, when that happens, I'm going to stop working Saturday mornings, because at that point I was working an awful lot at the weekend. And she turned around and said to me, "Bob, you won't." And it was such a great input, because she was right. You know, it's a choice. It was a choice whether or not I worked on a Saturday morning, and the likelihood was, even if we had extra resource in the team, that I would still go and, you know, pick up the laptop on a Saturday morning and spend some hours doing some work. So really good wake-up call, you know, really good input into me rethinking that, and thinking that, you know, work-life balance is a popular phrase, but it's actually all about work-life choice. You know, what choices do I make? Do I choose to work this Saturday, this Sunday, because I could,
there's plenty to be done, and there will always be plenty to do. But you know, in small business, where it takes up so much of your life and so much of your thought and so many hours a day to run a small business, it's really good to say, right, I make a choice to have some time out and not do any work. So thank you, Alison. Thanks for that timely reminder. Oh, we've got the cuckoo clock going here, look.